Hey, what's up guys? It's Deltre. We are back with some more Fire Emblem Fates Lunatic Conquest. Last time we defeated Ryoma and saved Elise from that deadly incuritis disease. And today we're gonna go on to chapter 13. Before we actually begin today though, I have to give a huge, and I mean a huge shout out to somebody by the name of Lozu. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Lozu or Lazu. I've never seen you around here before, dude, but as you guys may have noticed, I have a new profile picture, new channel art, all that stuff, courtesy of this guy. I don't know where you came from, man. I'm usually pretty good about remembering people I've seen before. And I don't think I've ever seen him around here, but he just showed up one day and said, hey man, I like what you're doing here, but I noticed you didn't have any channel art, so here's a really awesome one for you. I absolutely love it. It seemed like a lot of you guys loved it too, so don't thank me for that, thank this guy. Absolutely great stuff, man. Really appreciate it. You helped out a ton there. It was looking kind of bummy. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I am not exactly an artist. Look no further than part 1 of this very playthrough for proof. And I did want to say that if anybody ever feels like sending anything my way, go for it. Absolutely go for it. I love stuff like that, man. My name on Discord is the same as my name here, so it shouldn't be too hard to find me. If you end up doing it, and I'm not asking people to do this. This is something that if you want to, go for it. But don't feel like you have to or whatever. If you do though, it'll probably show up somewhere in this playthrough, I am sure. Also, since I saw a few people asking, the potions or the pots on the last map are totally fixed. They will always be the same thing no matter what. And that dragon vein that you can use to pop all of them is sort of a beginner's trap. I don't remember if I said this when I went back and had to do a little bit of post commentary there, but I definitely recommend that you don't just break the pot. It also moves on Lunatic mode. On hard mode and below, it starts with the Kaga and Saizo. Again, I saw some comments down there sort of clarifying that, so I can't remember if I actually brought that up myself or not. But for anybody who is curious, yes, I definitely recommend that you do not do anything with the Dragon Vein. It just makes it so much harder. Because then you can't really, choke any points. You have to take on all those enemies at the same time. It just sounds like a mess, man. There were a lot of other really interesting comments too, but for once in my life, I actually think that we can integrate that a little bit more naturally because, well, it's going to be relevant. Let's just put it that way. I did want to say, though, I'm really appreciative of you guys for not forming like an angry mob or some crap. Like, how dare he talk anything bad about the old games? How dare he compare Fates to New Mystery, da-da-da-da-da. That's sort of something that the Fire Emblem fanbase at large has a reputation for, and it's honestly not entirely unearned. So I'm really impressed with you guys for rationally and calmly explaining your own viewpoints, even if they didn't line up with my own. So thank you for that. Now we have all of one support. A single one. Selena and Peri. Now, speaking of supports, though, I did actually want to address one comment that I saw. And I'm not trying to call anybody out for this, but I happen to disagree with this one quite a bit. So somebody had said that they felt like it was almost impossible to get the side characterization done correctly because of the way that the support systems work in Fire Emblem. Now, this is wrong. Because in Tearing Saga, oh yeah, that's right, you didn't think we were going through an entire playthrough without bringing that one up, right? No, Kaga Saga for life. Because in Tearing Saga, the supports happen dynamically through decisions that you, the player, make, except that they're all fucking awesome, and every single one of them shines a huge spotlight on a select side character or side characters. All of these happen naturally throughout the game. You don't have to grind supports. This just happens so long as you complete the event, and they are more or less the same CBA support system that we've been seeing forever, just done way better. So no, it can be done. It's just that Fire Emblem chooses not to for whatever reason. Now, I will say that it's not fair to compare a Fire Emblem game to Tearing Saga, because Tearing Saga is obviously the greatest game ever conceived. I'm kidding, that's Berwick Saga. Just to give you guys an example, in case you didn't play Tearing Saga, which is like 95% of everybody, and just for a little bit of extra context, Tearing Saga and Berwick Saga are created by the person who made the original first 5 Fire Emblem games, which is why they are considered part of the series. Now, in Tearing Saga, let's just take a random example, Hoshidan and Krishna. So, this is going to be spoilers, by the way, and it's a pretty awesome scene, so if you want to play the game for yourself, just be warned. So, the first support between Hoshidan and Krishna happens, like, right at the beginning of the game, where Krishna essentially asks Hoshidan to kill Vega, which leads to a really, really awesome and badass cutscene. It's amazing. And then later on in the game, you have the opportunity to trigger another event, talk to Krishna with Shigen again, and level up their support. There's no reason that they can't do something like that in Fire Emblem. There's no reason at all. If they want to stick with the support system they have, it's fine, but if they just include character events too, that would solve 95% of all issues with side characters being underdeveloped. And it's been done before. It's been done in 2001. Like, I love Fire Emblem, man, but I'm not going to sit around and make excuses and say that it can't be done when it has been done, you know? And since we're talking Kaga Saga, everybody and their mom should play Berwick Saga. If you miss the world building and characterizations of Jugdral and Tellius, you play Berwick Saga. If you think that the Fire Emblem series has awesome music, you play Berwick Saga. If you think that Awakening and Fates brought a greatly needed breath of fresh air into what was otherwise becoming a stale series in terms of mechanics and all that good stuff, you play Berwick Saga. God damn, I love that game. Hey, yeah, fun fact, Berwick Saga actually outsold Path of Radiance and deserved to. And I love Path of Radiance, man. Seriously, go watch part 15, see if the story does anything for you. Watch part 16, see if the gameplay looks interesting to you. And play this game, it is so good. It is so good. It's not really intensive either, especially if you can play anything like Dolphin or anything like that on your computer, then you can for sure play this game at like ×10 speed, so there's no excuse. There's no excuse. But hey, don't come crying to me if you play it and you find out it's your favorite game like I did, only to realize the translation is not complete yet. It's also the best looking 2D Fire Emblem. Fight me. So yeah, there's my Kaga Saga plug. Anyways, I don't even know if this is worth doing, but I kind of wanted to talk about Peri a little bit. So my problem isn't actually with Peri herself necessarily. I kind of like the concept of her character. She's sort of this mentally stunted individual who basically stopped aging at like 12, like mentally, in some respects. Just because of a traumatic incident that happened in her past. I don't know if we'll be seeing any of that, which is why I'm explaining this now, considering I don't really plan on using her too much. But she's basically mentally stunted and trapped in that bad memory, which is why she acts the way she does, which is fine. That in itself is actually fairly interesting. You don't actually need to change too much about Peri herself, in my opinion, to have a character that can work. What gets on me about Peri is how every single person treats her as if she's just being herself, man. That crazy kooky Peri. That crazy kooky Peri going around killing people left and right. Be they retainers, be they servants, be they the enemy, you know, that's what makes it ridiculous to me. People shouldn't respond to her in the way that they do. And just because almost every character can support her, it drags down 90% of the cast because it makes them all seem stupid as hell. Xander especially, because as one of you guys pointed out, if we're to take the S support as canon, it means that Xander only chose Peri as his retainer because he thought she was hot. Like, what the fuck? You can't be serious, dude. You are the prince of a nation, and that was your reasoning? Are you kidding me? Xander is like, oh man, he's a guy who could really use some adjustments, man. He's always thinking with the wrong head. And I swear to God, too, because, like, maybe it's just the way I play the game, but he almost always ends up with Charlotte, so it's like, I don't know about this guy's taste in women, man. But yeah, I think that Peri could have been an interesting character if only characters would have reacted to her more naturally. That's really the big thing about her for me. If people would be overly cautious of her, distrusting of her, because she really should be distrusted, she's essentially a murderer. If the game would have went for a better explanation as to why she is Xander's retainer, like I said earlier, I've said this as far back as Fire Emblem 8. If they would have just said that Peri is here as a retainer because Innor times are just that tough. There's nobody better for it because it's that hard to come by good help. It's that hard to come by somebody who can do the things that Peri can do, and her skill sets are needed for whatever reason. They can make up literally any reason that her skill sets are needed in like day-to-day Nohrian life. But they didn't do that. They just said Xander wanted to moan, and that was the whole reason. That was the whole reason. So yeah, Peri sucks, but not necessarily because of Peri herself. That's my Peri rant. Okay, let's get on with it, I guess. Rant over.
Time for some killing. Selena. Hey, Selena, you hate it when you're not the best at everything, right?
Ah, definitely. I never settle for second place, ever.
Well, I happen to know I'm better than anyone at murder.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
At what? Murder's not a sport, Peri. It isn't yet, but we could be the first. Look, most people don't go around killing each other because they feel like it. Then I'm automatically the best at it. Hooray for me. Why does this bother me so much? I'm gonna be the best murderer of all time, goddammit. Yikes, he's off. I didn't mean it. Selena's bullying me. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Those crocodile tears aren't fooling anybody. If you really want to see someone turn on the waterworks, watch and learn.
So they're just gonna cry at each other? This is the weirdest support.
What the heck? You look so silly when you cry. Beaten again.
Are you serious? That's so weird. God damn, Selena's like ultra competitive. Anyways, we actually have everything we need to do already prepared. This was an expensive mission. This was a really, really expensive mission. I'm looking at you, Odin, goddammit. Needs every single stat booster in the game in order to have a chance. Laszlo too, but at least I'm gonna get something out of that. Kingdom of Nor, Castle Gragenberg. Time for another mission, no doubt. Ha, Lady Dude, I see you've returned to us safe and sound.
Yeah.
Yes, Iago, we've just now made it back. It's good to be home. I haven't any time to waste, though. I'd like to report back to Father right away.
Of course.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you have much to discuss.
Well,
By the way, what's with all the commotion around here? Did something happen?
There's a small rebellion in Cheve. Nothing your royal head should worry about. Our soldiers are preparing to quash it as we speak, before it gets out of hand.
Another rebellion?
Yes.
Come on, come on, game. At least try to hide it. They're like, oh yeah, didn't we just do this 5 maps ago with the Ice Tribe? I'm sure King Garon can fill you in on the specifics if you so please. He's waiting for you in the reception room. I would advise against keeping him waiting.
understood.
Excellent. I shall go immediately.
Time for a monologue. Yep. Little snake. Yeah, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Parading around the castle like nothing happened. I suppose that Mkareth's plan wasn't severe enough. Live and learn. I'll just have to make sure my next plan isn't so easy for her to slither out of. By the way, somebody was saying that it was kind of weird that Ryoma showed up at Mkareth, but I'm pretty sure that the implication is that Iago somehow informed the Hoshidans that this is where Nor would be headed next. That's what I kind of assume. It's never really too clear on that, but I think the implication is there, so. Welcome back, child. I hear you have once again fulfilled my orders flawlessly. You're growing stronger right before my eyes. I am proud of you, my daughter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
Now.
But we must never rest on our laurels. Cheve requires immediate attention. Perhaps Iago already told you, but there's been a rebellion there. It's still small, but won't remain so. Cheve is known for its skilled knights. We cannot afford to underestimate their prowess on the battlefield. I'm sending our standing army to strike them down before this gets out of hand. I'm trusting you, dude, to lead them to victory.
Huh?
You want me to lead our standing army against the Chevoy Knights?
That is correct.
No.
I'm honored by this opportunity, Father. I truly am. It's just, I don't have the necessary expertise to lead our troops against such a talented army. Surely there's someone who would be better suited for this.
What?
Are you defying me, child?
No, I'm just saying I'm so inexperienced. This is my second mission.
I am entrusting you with this mission because I believe you can succeed. Do not disappoint me, my daughter.
Father?
But Father, whatever. Understood. I won't let you down. I will suppress the rebellion in Cheve.
Do not fail me.
I have high hopes for you, dude. You are dismissed.
Father, wait. If I may have just a moment of your time, I have something to report.
Well, out with it.
Yes.
Azura, the Nohrian princess who was taken by the Hoshidans has returned to us.
What?
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Azura.
Truly.
Yes, my lord, it is I.
How unexpected. I never thought I'd see your face again. If you wish, you may go with Dude to suppress the rebellion. Think of it as a chance to see more of your homeland.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Now.
That is all. Bring back good news, my children.
Well,
Oh my god. It's just so obvious that he's not a good guy. I'm sorry. I don't really want to beat the dead horse on that at all, but just the simple fact that that is his only reaction to a long-lost child. And I understand that it's not the craziest thing to think that a king would have, you know, multiple children by different mothers and all that. So I can see the argument that he's not so attached to each and every one of them, but like, god damn, if that's not the coldest thing you've ever seen, you know what I mean? I don't really know if that was necessary. There could have been some kind of reaction, I think, but I think that if that would have been one of the first instances of him displaying his total lack of moral compass, that might have actually meant something. But by this point, we've already established that Garon is batshit insane. So even as the player, that doesn't really mean a whole lot that he's just this cold-hearted prick, you know what I mean? I feel like it could have been more impactful if they weren't trying to beat us over the head with the fact that he's just an asshole, you know?
Father was acting strangely, even colder and more distant than usual. You're his long-lost daughter, and yet he barely spoke a word to you.
No.
It's quite all right, dude. I didn't expect much. Have you seriously not figured this out yet?
Huh?
But he's your father. It's not right. He should be more, I don't know.
Listen.
It's fine. Please don't worry about it. To be honest, I never thought I'd see him again. So in a way, the few words we exchanged exceeded my expectations.
She doesn't sound too happy about that.
Yeah, I hoped I would never see him again. He's kind of a prick, so Azura.
Well, just like that, we are off to another mission. Should be easy enough, though. We've got all kinds of gods now.
I wonder what's really going on with Father, and Azura for that matter. They've been separated for a lifetime, yet they barely spoke to each other. Something about it bothers me, though I can't put my finger on it. Oh well, I haven't had time to dwell. I must prepare to depart with the army. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure this is where the soldiers gather to rest.
Hey.
Princess Dude, milady.
Hands, what do you want?
So it's true. I heard a rumor that our young princess would be leading us. Congratulations on the honor, Princess Dude. Sorry about trying to kill you and all that.
Are you
This makes very, very little sense. So, she never thought to address the fact that Hans tried to kill her? And yet, she's been welcomed back into the Nohrian royal family, so wouldn't she bring that up to Garon at some point, you would think? I mean, I'm sure that it wouldn't do anything, but it's just kind of strange that it never really gets addressed until it's just like a one-on-one session, like right here. So, I mean, of course she can, like, curse him out or do whatever, but it's not going to make any difference. You would think she would tell the one person who could maybe, at least in her mind, actually do something about it.
Enough with the flattery, Hans. Did you need me for something?
Yes.
Yes, I've been waiting your arrival. As a member of the standing army, I will be accompanying you to Cheve. I've been ordered to aid you in whatever task you request of me.
You helping me. And I'm to trust you even after you tried to kill me at the bottomless canyon.
Exactly.
My apologies.
1,000 apologies, milady. My hand slipped, I swear. I pray you can find it in your heart to forgive me. King Garon commanded I attack you so as to test your abilities. You should be pleased to know that you far exceeded his expectations. Despite being a Hoshidan royal, you chose to side with our great kingdom of Nohr. You chose to remain with your Nohrian siblings and the man who raised you. Everyone at the castle was overjoyed. It greatly improved our morale. I have every faith that you'll lead us well into victory, milady.
This is gonna bite me in the ass, huh?
Yeah, well, at the very least, he's not gonna go get himself killed and ruin enemy formations or anything stupid like that again, so that's good, I guess.
So this is Cheve. Odd. There doesn't seem to be any fighting here at the moment.
Well,
Perhaps they've returned to their safe houses for the night. We should do the same. We'll be better prepared for tomorrow if we get some rest.
We've had literally years to rest, god damn it. Deep realms!
I know of an abandoned place nearby. Shall we head that way?
understood.
Sounds great.
So you've come.
Hello, sister dear. I've been waiting for you, and look who it is. Been waiting to see you, man. I have a lot to say. Well, not really, I guess, but hey.
Huh?
Nice bow, though. I really do think the Fujin Yumi looks awesome. Like, one of the coolest royal weapons by far. Too bad he's an archer, you know. Dude.
Ah,
Damn, so close. I was aiming for your traitorous head.
Takumi!
Takumi, are you insane? You could have killed.
No!
Stay back, dude. It's too dangerous.
Uh-huh.
Hiding behind your fake sister, are you? You've reached a new low. It matters not. I have an army of soldiers at my command. That's right. Takumi's back, bitches. Stop this, Takumi. This doesn't concern you or Hoshidan. I've come to peacefully suppress the rebellion here in Cheve. Please lay down your bow and return to Hoshidan where you belong. I knew you hounds would try to stop our righteous rebellion. All the more reason to stand our ground. I seem to have angered you, stranger. May I ask who you are?
The name's Scarlet.
The name's Scarlet. I'm part of the resistance here in Cheve. I've had my people tracking you ever since you left Nor. Our Hoshidan allies were all too grateful to receive word of your whereabouts.
I see.
Turning your back on the kingdom of Nor. Tisk tisk, quite the little traitor, aren't you?
Huh?
Traitor? Ha! Nohrian logic never ceases to amuse me. Scarlet did the same thing as Dude, only she chose the right side. Joining the enemy and laying a trap for your own countrymen. Sound familiar? Quiet, you! Don't say such awful things about my sister, or you'll be sorry! Are you serious, kid? Dude didn't betray anyone. She's the best person in the world.
Not again.
Who allowed this little brat to speak? How irritating. Hey, that's Elise! You don't just shoot Elise! Elise!
Die already!
The sight of that Nohrian brat makes me sick. Just die already! Scarlet and I won't stop until we free Cheve from Nohrian oppression. I plan to eliminate all those who stand in our way. It's you against us, dude. Isn't that what King Gerard wants? For all of us to fight to the death?
No.
You're wrong, Takumi. If only you could see beyond your own hatred of me. If we could just talk things out, we can end this war peacefully. Fighting isn't the only way. How many more people must die before you see that?
Shut up!
Quiet, Nohrian scum! Ah, thank God! Whew. Maybe we can revive this. I've heard enough of your lies to laugh I'm sorry. I've heard enough of your lies to last a lifetime. I'm gonna kill you and bring peace back to Hoshidan. All troops prepare for battle. Destroy the Nohrian army. Takumi, this is ridiculous. I'll kill you all. Yes. What could that mean? If I kill the Nohrians, surely the pain in my head will go away. Okay, this is jumping like way ahead, but are you guys sure about what you're saying? Because that's contradictory. That's 100% contradictory. Okay, I'm just gonna throw up a massive like spoiler warning right here. Give you guys about 5 seconds. You are the ocean's great way. Okay, cool. So now everybody who doesn't want to hear any kind of spoilers is probably gone. So this doesn't make sense. If you're saying that Takumi actually didn't have any kind of free will whatsoever, and this is already Anankos right now, why would he say this? That makes no sense. There's no reason for him to be like, oh, the pain will go away if I kill the Nohrian. Why would he have to say that? Who is he talking to if this is Anankos? That doesn't make any sense. This can't be Anankos because he's clearly acting as though he's still Takumi. And yes, the possession might be in effect. The possession might be taking place right before our eyes. That's the only thing that makes any sense in terms of actual writing, in terms of what he's saying. There's no way that he can not be himself right now. Because Anankos would have no reason to say this. You know what I mean? Like, why would he stop and say it? Wouldn't make any sense. So Takumi is still in there. He's still in control. He has to be, otherwise... Like, okay, yes, at the end of the game... So, they can't both exist, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's impossible that Fates didn't screw this up, and maybe they forgot what they were building up to. It's certainly impossible. But... This literally cannot be Anankos. It can't. There's no reason for him to be acting like this. He doesn't even know if Corrin is gonna... Can Corrin even hear this? Is he talking to himself? I think something was lost here. I think something got mixed up in action. Well, I know, big surprise. Something was lost in translation in Fates. Something got mixed up in Fates. But there is no way for both of these scenarios to exist at the same time. You understand what I'm saying, right? I mean, you can lend more credence to what's said at the end if you want. But right now, it's impossible. It's impossible for this to not actually be Takumi. It would make no sense for Anankos to say that. And I was kind of hoping that Dude would have something to say just to clarify whether or not she even heard that. But the implication there is that he's still well within his own reason. Like, he's still alive. He's still in some amount of control. He's not fully possessed. He can't be. Otherwise, that scene makes no sense. So what I actually think happened is that they messed up the ending, like, really badly. Like, really, really badly. And since there's no reason for Oninkos to act like he's not, like there's no reason for Oninkos to make it seem like something is up. Only Takumi could do that himself, because they're like, Oninkos can't fight himself, you know what I mean? This is like really confusing, but it's more to do with the fact that I don't think that Fates did a very good job at consistency in a lot of ways, but he must be alive right now. He has to be. Anyways, all that aside, we have our first route mission here, or our first conquest route mission. Oh, no. Actually, no, that's not true. The very first map was a route mission, wasn't it? Well, we have another route mission here, but this one's a little bit more interesting. There's all these villages here with some pretty good items. There's gold, master seal, arm scroll, which you absolutely want to get, and then something else that I cannot remember off the top of my head. I mean, I might as well go for all of them. I think you can, like, do it super quickly if you can cheese Reina, but it's super unreliable, and you would never do that. I mean, you could do it, because you could do it on the first turn if you play your cards right, but we have a bunch of promoted bosses here now. So we have Scarlet, the Wyvern Lord. She is pretty scary, and you might notice she has this ability right here, which makes her a real bastard. She has the Bow Breaker, plus 50 hit and avoid if the enemy is using a bow / Yumi. So they really didn't want you to cheese her with, like, Niles or Mozu or Selena or anybody like that, so you actually kind of have to take her on in a fair fight. She also has Death Blow, which stacks with her personal ability really nicely, which grants her plus 30 crit when she has 25 HP or less. Combined with Death Blow, which gives her plus 20 crit when she starts the battle, it means that she's having 50 crit by default on top of her 5 crit. So you really don't want to let that happen because she can easily gimp you. She also has Seal Magic, which is funny. Nice joke there, game. She only has 5 res, so I understand the logic behind that, but really, nah. Any ability besides that would have been way scarier. There's also all these Wyvern Knights that we're seeing for the first time here. They are pretty tanky, pretty strong. You don't really want to mess with these guys too much. They have some nasty skills, and a lot of them are paired up as well. These Wyvern plus Knight combinations are actually bastardous, and this is something that's a little bit annoying about this game, because you basically have to remember what para bonuses do at all times. Because this guy says that he has 28 attack, but actually he has 31, because if he switches out for the Wyvern Rider in the front, he's going to hit you with that plus 3 strength pair up as well on top of this. It's not displayed on this screen. So you do have to do a little bit of mental math, and you do have to remember what does what in terms of pair-ups when you see things like this. It's a little tricky, and I kind of just wish that it would show for enemies what each of the pair-ups do in advance. I'm not sure if there's a way to check that. Let me actually double check before I... No, I'm not seeing any way to actually check that, so you just kind of have to know what they do. But these 4 Wyvern Rider pair-ups can be a little bit of a nuisance. And what's funny is the way that these guys are positioned means that if you don't kill... not Scarlet, but if you don't kill Reina, who has an awesome design, by the way, if you don't kill her on the first turn, you're gonna have to wait until at least turn 3 to try to cheese her with Camilla. Because this guy's always gonna move right in front of Reina, protecting her, forcing you to attack at 2 range. If you want to go that way, I usually don't, and I'm not going to. It's really shaky. Yeah, it's on the first turn, so you can just reset over and over and over again until it works out. But it's not exactly reliable by any stretch of the imagination. Now, we have Orochi, who's essentially a sage, an Onmyoji, but they're basically sages, tomes and staves. She is basically Hoshidan Niles because she has the capture command. Seal resistance, which is really nasty considering there's this large group of mages that you have to deal with, and she also has elbow room, which is just an added bonus to make her really strong. There's really nothing around here that's gonna take that away from her. There's no terrain that she would realistically end up on, and if she ends up on the gate, that's worse in a way, so yeah, don't let that happen. And I will say that's something kind of strange about some of the abilities in this game. Some of them are just strictly positive. Like, elbow room is almost always going to be in effect. There's so few situations in which you're not able to use it, you know? Whoa, that thing is huge! Dude, I just killed the nastiest creature I have ever seen. This is like a spider the size of a $50, yo! None of that. None of that. I think we said all we need to about Orochi. We also have Reina here, who is the actual boss as far as I'm concerned, because she is scary as hell. And she's anti-Camilla, which is just horrifying. Also, another thing that makes her really hard to kill with Camilla easily. She has this ability called Air Superiority, which gives her plus 30 hit and avoid when battling flying enemies, of which Camilla is one. Unless you have somebody else who can fly down here with 26 speed or more. As Camilla's backpack, like, good luck, man. It's not gonna work out for you. She's really strong, too, and what does this do? Morbid Celebration. That's good as a player unit, but not really here. Certain Blow, which also means that she's never gonna miss if she gets the first attack. So yeah, probably the scariest thing about this map by far. Oh yeah, there's also these Cavaliers down here. 2 of them has Beast Killers just to mess you up. And there's these Knights which hit like trucks, I swear to God, dude. 28 attack is no joke. Except for Camilla. It's a joke for Camilla, but everybody else really doesn't appreciate that. And last and probably least, we have Takumi here, who's gonna get messed up in a horrible, horrible way and look like a total chump, I promise. We're gonna go 2 for 2 on this guy. Oh yeah. He still has competitive. Now he has natural cover, which is an odd choice. He was definitely a lot scarier with that point blank, but he's kind of bullshit if he had that here. I'll say that. So they took that away from him because you now actually have to defeat him. And he has pass, which means that he can get through any kind of formation that you would try to set up here to wall people out. Unless you want to go like 4 dudes deep. So you can't block him off. And because he has the Fujin Yumi, he can move through the river very, very easily. And that's something that you can't really afford to forget. Because I was able to capture that shrine maiden. Her name is... Oh god, I almost misread that. I read that as, yeah, we have Yaoi the Shrine Maiden, Nina's best friend. You know what, yeah, that's your name now. We're gonna bring Yaoi. And Yaoi's gonna be equipped with the Heal Staff, the Free Staff, and the Enfeeble Staff, which is going to help out a ton. Now, of course, Elise can do this ordinarily, but Yaoi is actually better at that because she has B rank and stats, which gives her a boost to her hit rate. It's very unlikely that even Elise would be up to B rank and stats by this point. It's unlikely that your first Serpent would be up to B rank and stats as well. So despite the fact that Elise in particular will likely have more magic than Yaoi here, she has less skill and less weapon rank, which means that this is ultimately more reliable this way. No, do not start the fight. What are you doing? Alright, here we go. Rout the enemy. Let's do it. So, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna move Camilla right here. I can see Takumi now like, aha, you fool, you've allowed your ace to wander right into my range. Now, on my turn, I shall, oh god damn it! 91% chance to freeze. So Takumi is no longer an issue. And by moving Camilla right there, we can destroy a lot of those Armor Knights, which is exactly what's gonna happen on this first enemy base. But for now, we're gonna abuse this Armor Slayer that we got.
Guess I did
Plus strength Corrin at it again, man. Just one-shot him. Just one-shot these clowns. We don't have to worry about them at all. Which is really good because they are insanely strong, so having to take even a single hit from them is really not ideal. Even Silas is taking 9, and although he has good defenses, his HP pool is pretty lackluster. So that's like a third of his health in a single hit. You can see how even some of your tankier guys really don't want to be messing with these guys for too long now. Of course, Yaoi here is going to take a huge hit from that guy, but it's going to be fine. Trust me. Trust me, she'll be okay. Now with Laszlo... Laszlo fans rejoice, because this is going to be awesome. We're going to dance with Azura, put him on this gate. Now we have Odin stand next to Azura like so, with the Kodachi equipped. And that should be the turn, I think. I want to say. So this is going to hurt a lot. This is going to hurt a lot. So speaking of Takumi, though, I guess that I will say that I understand where a lot of people were coming from. I think that it's really more of, oh my god, destroyed. I think it's really more a matter of your own taste at that point, though, because it seemed like a lot of the sentiments were a matter of, is it worse to not really do anything particularly outstanding in the case of Harden, or is it worse to trip up at the finish line like what they did with Takumi? And I think that's a matter of personal preference and taste, honestly. Really good level up there, Camilla. So I don't really want to say, oh no, I can refute this, I can't refute this, because that's really just that's not objective in my opinion. So that's kind of where I stand on that. I'm glad that you guys were so civil in expressing those thoughts, though. Of course, we're gonna blow this guy away with the Thunderstruck. I don't know why I keep naming all these weapons after like 70s, 80s rock, but it just seemed appropriate somehow. I don't know. Do you think these guys have favorite songs? What kind of songs would characters in this game like, do you think? Laszlo, obviously, Girls, 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 his favorite song ever. Peri raining blood by Slayer. Obviously, that seems like that would be appropriate. By the way, this is why Azura has the forge, because if not, then I can't distract this guy with Odin, which is basically only important for shield gauge crap.
I was gonna do that.
I guess Fiora would be burning for you, Blue Oyster Cult. Hey, she misunderstood the lyrics, man. but I'm sorry. The way we've done this though is basically going to ensure that Laszlo is going to have a full shield gauge by the end of this enemy phase, which is something that we want for sure. Wow, wow, wow. Da, da. Yeah, people really forget that Camilla is actually not bad at using magic, or they don't try to capitalize on it, but if you just give her like a decent Thunder Forge and a magic tonic, she can basically stand in for any of the early game magic users. Which is another reason that Odin's kind of bad, because Camilla can just do his job but way better since she doubles. The only thing he actually has over her would be like Nosferatu. Oh, that's really good. But no speed. God damn it, Laszlo, this is why I made you a ninja. Oh well. On this gate though, you can see this kid is putting in all kinds of work. This is absolute destruction. God damn, I thought you were a ninja, not a slayer. What's going on? And another one bites the dust. Oh my god, all these music references. Now he has a full shield gauge though, which is gonna let us easily take on Orochi. Okay, so we can move Silas here. We're gonna do a dual strike and blow Takumi away, probably, hopefully. I will not lose this time. Death to Nor. Oh, you are definitely gonna lose this time most of the time. Good night.
Defeated by you?
Yeah, defeated by you, he says? No, that's Camilla. It can't be. I'm so much stronger now. How could this happen? I can be the final boss, goddammit, I swear I'm strong. No, you're not Takumi. So like, I ordered food and forgot. So that definitely happened. Anyways, we are now going to separate most of these guys. Oh yeah, I had to replay up until this point, which kind of sucks. But it's like a turn, and there's nothing sketchy about this at all. So like, yeah. Now, because we were able to finish that previous round with a full shield gauge, Mozu can kill Orochi. Believe it or not, Laszlo can't do it because of the Calamity Gate being a Reaver weapon, which instead gives her basically a weapon triangle bonus versus Laszlo, which means that he does not have the strength to one-round KO. Look at these guys. Look, I'm sorry. Their models are distracting me because they're like synchronized. How long do you think it took them to practice this? Like, all right. So I'm not going to be able to kill them, but we can impress them with our dance moves. Follow me, my faithful servant. You're afraid of my magic, aren't you? You should be. This is Mozu. I don't know who she thinks she's talking to, but this is the God Slayer herself. I will make a good unit out of Mozu if it kills me. I don't know if it's gonna kill me, but Mozu is definitely gonna kill Orochi 100% of the time. She's not really a tsundere, so I should probably have renamed the forge, but it is what it is.
How could I lose? My fortune said I would win today's battle.
Well, clearly that didn't happen. Now, with Odin, we can use the Kodachi again, which is pretty useful so far, yeah, I have to say. Definitely, but it's still Odin, so it's only as useful as Odin himself, unfortunately. So we can't really do a whole lot with that without some kind of attack stance shenanigans, which, to be fair, is really what the weapon's for to begin with. Now we can dance for Mozu, and do we want to throw out Laszlo? No, let's actually throw out Mozu. This makes more sense because preserving HP on Laszlo is just a good thing, honestly, at this point. And next turn, I can bring him almost all the way back to full, provided I don't miss either of these 293s. Of course, I very easily could. Let's not forget what game this is. There's one. Of course, we take the 77. That's like 0 in Fates RNG, man. Oh, that's a level up already? God damn, Mozu. Skill, speed, luck. Nice. That's a really good level up. She's getting fast, guys. She's really good. Now, of course, I am going to take this huge hit. I really meant to have the Dragonstone equipped. I really did. That's going to screw up a lot, I think.
Please, accept my help.
Well, I think we can recover. Oh my god, Camilla's going to dodge every single attack. You can see that these knights are ridiculous, though. 8 damage to Camilla. Mind you, she has well over 20 defense. Well over 20 defense, and she is taking that much. You do not want to get hit by these guys under any circumstances, as Camilla demonstrates. She doesn't want to get hit by him either, man. Aw, she says. Aw, is that the best you can do? So here come two more of these guys, and then these clowns. Okay. So if Odin is bad, right? Then he's worse.
Ugh, these jokesters are a real pain in my rear. Why are they making such a racket this late at night? I need my beauty rest. I bet it's those Chevoy jerks again. I've had it up to my ears with them. Can't they all just drop dead already? Benny, I'm talking over here.
Yes, Charlotte. They're very loud.
Well,
Excuse me. How are you over here? Excuse me!
Shouting across the battlefield.
But are you two with the rebels?
guards!
How dare you? We're proud Nohrian soldiers here to defend our border. Jeez, the nerve of some people, comparing us to those savages. Ain't that right, Benny?
Sure. Why not?
Oh,
Ah, my apologies. I didn't realize you were Nohrian border guards. I'm Dude, Princess of Nor. I'm here to suppress this rebellion. Huh? You're a princess? Oh,
did I do that?
please forgive me, my lady. Where are my manners? Oh, silly me. I must have been bitten by an evil little fairy. I'm so very sorry. Oh, God, Charlotte.
Please forgive her.
Please forgive my companion, milady. She's a bitch.
Oh, Benny, you're so funny. Always a jokester.
I wasn't joking.
No.
Anyways, no need to apologize. But what are you two doing here? Have you come to help us?
No, milady. The rebels were being loud, so Charlotte wanted to kick them.
Well, of
Benny,
course.
you silly Billy. Don't joke around with our rich princess friend here. Of course we're here to help you. I'm a delicate flower, but I know how to battle. Why bother living if we can't help our fair princess in her time of need? Isn't that right, my dear Benny?
Kill me.
I see.
Well, you both look strong and able, so we'd be grateful for your help. All I ask is that you do all you can to spare the lives of our enemies.
You got it.
Of course, my princess! Little flowers like me are ill-equipped to kill anyways. I'm so delicate and nice. Oh goodness, I haven't properly introduced myself, have I? Silly me. I'm Charlotte. This mammoth here is my friend Benny. Yeah, that's way better. It's nice to make your royal acquaintance. I'll do everything I can to make you proud.
Yes.
Okay, it's nice to meet you as well. If you'll excuse me. Score! We're in the big leagues now, Benny, my boy. Before you know it, we'll be rubbing shoes with the Royals.
Rubbing shoes? What? Yeah, that's an expression.
We'll be rubbing elbows with Royals.
Is that so?
I love Benny. Awesome guy. Horrible unit. Horrible unit. And just for the record, since I saw a comment sort of insinuating that I have a hate boner for, like, low movement characters. No, I really don't. It's just that when you have bad movement, you need to be awesome at something else. That's just reality. If you don't have any kind of mobility, then you better be damn good at what you do. Like, there's plenty of examples of characters who don't have mobility that are awesome. Like Rutger, Dick, any staff user ever, Corrin, Robin. Oh my god, Robin. Oh my god, that's like, oh. But the point I'm trying to make is that when you don't have the ability to get anywhere in a reasonable amount of time, then when you get there, you better be something else. You know what I mean? That's why characters like Cavaliers and Wyverns are generally very good, because they don't have too much trouble getting where they need to be. Even if there's technically like an infantry unit who might be better statistically. It doesn't matter, because the Cavalier can just get there first and finish up the job before the fighter, for example, had a chance to even show up. Alright, so I needed to refresh myself on these two a little bit, but here we go. So Benny is basically an unkillable wall. He will never die, however, that's about it. He's not very, I mean, he's strong, but he's never doubling. Whereas Effie can get lucky and if promoted into a grade knight, she can potentially be a very good offensive unit. Benny has no such luck, however, as he's basically never going to get much faster than this, honestly. His speed growth is pretty awful at only 10%. I'm looking at it right now. That's not really going anywhere fast, no pun intended. So I just can't see it. His offense is so lackluster due to his non-existent speed score, and it's like, while it's true that he's by far the best wall, I mean, look at that, 21 base defense. He comes at level 15 and can be instantly promoted into a general, which, if you were going to use Benny, is something I highly recommend that you do. But that's really all he has going for him, unfortunately. If not for that defense, there's really no reason to use him. I think that he makes a better general than Great Knight, or at least I would say that it's worth going into general for a little while. There's an ability in general that prevents him from being doubled. It's called Wary Fighter. I believe we've seen it before, but it's a general skill, and you can get that on him, which will sort of fix the issue where even though he's really, really tanky, he gets doubled by everything. He also has solid enough resistance, believe it or not. So, magic isn't really necessarily the biggest problem in the world. This is a big problem. Make no mistake about this. This is a problem. If I miss with Kaze, do I have an out? I guess is kind of where I'm at. Okay, so as for Charlotte, though, she's glass cannon to the extreme. Really, really high strength. Really, really high speed. Even has a good HP pool to abuse her glass cannon status with, which is more than you can say for somebody like Odin. That's what I was afraid of, but I think we have an out. Unfortunately, that does mean that I don't believe I will be getting a kill on Elise. Or at least not the same kill. I think we're just gonna have to wing it a little bit, but okay. Anyways, to finish up with Charlotte, she's really fast, really strong, and Berserker is going to mean that she's going to get a ton of critical hits. They also have some personal skills that I should probably talk about, both of them as a matter of fact. Charlotte's is very, very situational. It's not bad to have when it's actually active, but it's nothing special. So for her, she has this ability called Unmask, which gives her +4 damage and 20 crit to any female. On this unit, on this map, it's actually not that bad because there's both Reyna and Scarlet, who are obviously women, so it's a nice little boost to her for that. I wouldn't recommend taking either of them on with her, but if you were going to try for whatever reason, it would be active and she would be noticeably better in that scenario. However, the majority of generic classes that you face throughout the game are considered men, so it's not... I mean, I kind of have to use Elise, and she can take the vulnerary from Camilla. Yeah, this is fine. So we'll take the vulnerary from Camilla. Yeah, this is how we want to do this, without any doubt. And I need this guy dead, which we can do easily. This is a joke! I thought this was a hard game! What's going on? I need her to have the vulnerary, though, because I need her to be very, very healthy on the next turn. I think that we should easily be able to survive, since she's only going to take roughly 20 damage. Not even. I think she's taking like 18. Let's see here. This guy only deals 7 to her, because the beast killers and all effective weapons in this game, barring bows, are actually much weaker when you're not hitting an effective target. So the beast killer is gonna bounce off her essentially. I don't know, it's pretty sketchy. I won't lie, it's definitely pretty sketchy. We're gonna see how that plays out though, but for now I can use Silas, and the good thing about taking that hit with Dude without having the Dragonstone equipped is that Silas is now in God mode, so I can use him for that at the very least. That wasn't really part of the plan. He doesn't need it on this map, but maybe it comes into play. There's gonna be some nastier reinforcements coming along later on, so it may be advantageous to have Silas ready to go for whenever that happens. Now, there's really no need to be next to Elise, but I mean, I might as well be. It's not gonna help because those guys are paired up, of course. Now, they're gonna come for Charlotte. We gotta be careful with how we're dealing with these guys as well, because damn, that sucks. Too bad he's paired up, right? I was gonna say we have to be careful with how we deal with these guys though, because the Armor Knight's gonna drop essentially as soon as we kill the Wyvern Knight. Elise, of course, does very little. She does have enough to hang on, though, on the next turn. I think. All them soldiers are getting at... All them soldiers going at it pretty hard. All the better. A chaotic battle is the perfect time to take the villages for all they're worth. I don't know why I gave the ruffian such a serious voice. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Well, we can start with this, because if this fails, I lose. Probably. This is like the sketchiest part of the entire map. We're going to throw an 82 out to Reyna. We hit. Good. Good. Amazing. So that problem is taken care of. That is a huge problem at that, so I'm glad that that went our way. Now we can actually focus on this side, which is where a little bit of sketchiness is going on as well, because this here Armor Knight's going to drop once I kill the Wyvern Rider. It should drop the guy here. Yeah, if I kill... Okay, I think... we're going to try this. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work out exactly as I had intended, but I really hope it does. With Mozu, if we kill this guy, the guy should drop to the southern shore.
I did it!
I think. Please. To the no. Oh! Oh! You've got to be joking! Why would he go all the way up here? Why would he move 3 tiles and not 2? That's bullshit! He was here! He was here! That makes no sense! Oh! There's no way I can come back from that! What a load of crap! Why would he go here? The Wyvern Rider just throws the knight across the shore with his last dying breath instead of dropping him down here, which would make the most sense. Because it's the least amount of tiles. What kind of horse shit? Ah! It was going so well. Now Mozu's gonna die. Wow, I swear to God. This game is out to get me. There's no way that that should have happened. There's no logical reason for that to be the case. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Right? Right? Oh! That was the last thing I expected to have happen. I'm gonna be honest. I thought maybe he would go to the northern part, but he should have ended up on the shore, not on the bridge. Why would he? He teleported. This would have been fine. If he would have landed here, this would have been fine, because I could have moved Charlotte back with Benny, and they could have taken that guy on just fine. But this makes no sense. That's God damn it. There's no way that Mozu even has a hope of surviving. Maybe she dodges or something. I don't know. Oh, and I'm gonna double miss. Great. Do we triple? Actually, it doesn't matter if I triple. I wasn't worried about that because Poison Strike obviously brings this guy to the point that dude can finish him off automatically. That just ruined everything though, because yeah, now these Cavaliers are gonna all come hard right when I was gonna use Laszlo to bring a few of them in this direction. And yeah, in fact, because that happened, that threw everything out of whack. There's no way I can recover from this, even if I do get the dodge. Which I do. Oh. It doesn't matter though, because now I guess we'll see. But I'm gonna have to use another freeze. And that's what sucks. I'm gonna have to use a 3rd freeze on this map now, because unless Camilla decides to be godly, which she could. Oh, and this, yeah, at least. Okay, so that was just bad all around. So I didn't really anticipate Elise having to kill one of those guys that she ended up killing, which is why she's too low here for this to have worked out every time. Of course, they have bad hit rates. They have bad hit rates, so But like, man, that was so much wasted experience. That could have been Laszlo getting 2 of these guys. Laszlo could have killed 2, and if the 3rd wanted to go in that direction towards the northern group, that could have been a kill for Odin, who desperately needs it. Now, not only that, but I'm forced to either hit, like, no % attacks on Reyna. 2 of them, in fact. Yeah, so one of the Cavaliers still does come towards me, which is actually what I do want, but, like, this knight is still alive, and I'm not in a good position to fight him because... Wow, that couldn't have been any worse. That could not have been any worse. So let's see if Camilla somehow, like, pulls this off. Oh, no, because, yeah, that's right. I didn't even prepare for having to kill Reyna because Camilla wasn't supposed to. So we're going to try to dual attack this guy, I guess. I mean, like, what else can we do? I have to be able to kill Reyna. I have to be able to kill Reyna. Otherwise, this is so bad. If she lives, it's so bad. So what I was setting up for and what should have worked had the game decided not to do the one thing that made no sense. Is I was going to have Mozu get danced for on this turn, who could then run in and murder Reyna without any kind of fight. Because Mozu cleanly one-shots Reyna with the bronze bow forged. I will grant you the most divine death if you let me hear you scream. Why don't people hate Reyna, I wonder? Yeah, so the game bodied me, man. That was annoying. That was, oh man. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do having that happen. Oh. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That Wyvern Rider really threw the knight across the street. Oh my god. So Reyna's gonna murder somebody. And as you can see, this is why she's a problem. She has so much movement. And her effective range is huge. And with a bow on top of that, my god. Kinshina is no joke, man. We'll be back. Okay, so I guess the lesson here is that whenever you're playing Fire Emblem, you should never, ever do anything that you're not 100% sure of the outcome with. Good God, that was so silly. So what we're gonna do now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna freeze rain it. And I actually made sure to not let Elise get hit this time, so she doesn't need to dodge a goddamn thing, which is the way it should have been. I just screwed up, honestly. Yeah, because I hit this guy already, I can use Kaze now, and that makes things super easy. Yeah, so we can take this guy out with Kaze 100% of the time. Well, 99% of the time. I don't want to say 100% of the time ever in this game. Nothing is certain. It's Fire Emblem Fates, man. But we can go ahead now, have Charlotte come at this guy, which is why I brought the speed potion. Oh god, no, we cannot. We can't do any of that. Wait. I mean, I can just give Benny to her. What I would have liked to do was attack here and then have Odin finish off with the Kodachi attack stance, but like, how? You know, how is that gonna happen? So I guess what we can do instead is give Benny over to Charlotte so that she can survive, which she would, right? Yeah, pretty easily, so we're gonna do exactly that. And that keeps Odin a little bit closer to the front if he's needed. We can even give the Vulnerary over, because I do not want her to die on me, and there's gonna be another wave of reinforcements at some point. There's no sense in attacking, because I'll just get bodied, so you know. Anyways, Elise plus Dude actually finished this guy off cleanly, which is probably what we want to do. Dude really wants experience. She could be higher leveled. She could be a lot higher leveled than this. So let's go this way, I think. And I can even, if I really want to, just simply rescue Dude, which I may. That's a good level. That's what we want to see. More of that. Yeah, her speed was a little bit lackluster. And her defense, too, for that matter. Only 10 is really not that great, I have to say. Things are working out pretty good, though, this time. A lot closer to what I had originally intended, to be honest. So make sure that we don't have the hand axe equipped, obviously. That would not be good. Other than that, though, yeah, we can hit this village again. You're from Nora, aren't you? Have you come to kill us? I think I skipped this last time. Huh? There's a battle going on. Oh, okay, I'll lock up tight. Thanks for the warning. In fact, take this. Might come in handy. And in that village, you get a Master Seal. Cool. I'm gonna need a few of those here coming up quick. Because a third would be 16. Yeah, that's no good. And the other guy has elbow room, so he's going to be doing a lot more. But if we just leave him there... Oh, yeah, turn on the animations again, of course, also. Yeah, if we just leave Laszlo right there, he's going to kill 2 of these guys. Probably bait in a third to come in that direction, because he's not going to be able to attack Camilla. This guy's not going to be able to attack Camilla, that is to say. Hey, who am I missing? Oh, hello, Silas. What's up, man? There's really no reason to shelter her, actually. Yeah, I can just have her pair up. Hello. Anyways, Charlotte's gonna be able to rock this guy, no problem. Let's get that 10%er. She has gamble, by the way, which is why she has that little bit of extra crit. Really? Really, Charlotte? Wow. Yeah, no problem. Don't get a kill or anything. Yeah, not like I need to set anything up for Odin. Not like he has problems killing. Nice. So I guess I could have went for all 3, but of course there was no way to know this, right? Anyways, with strong riposte, Laszlo's able to one-round these guys, which I will say that in that sense he has some things going for him over, say, Kaze, who is honestly the far superior ninja. You can basically do the same thing with Kaze that I did with Laszlo, although there are a few exceptions. For example, the Cavaliers he's not going to kill. Kaze is just simply not going to kill those guys, which does matter because as you may recall... Good one, Camilla. As you may recall, at the start of the map, Laszlo ended up killing some cavalry. So you can't exactly substitute the 2, and obviously there's going to be a lot of situations where Kaze's increased speed is more useful than Laszlo's increased strength. But right here is actually one instance where Laszlo might be the preferred choice. Just kind of something neat, I thought. Yeah, at least getting hit here too much isn't all that likely. Not only that, but I want her out here on the front lines anyway so that I can build up her axe rank, right? Now, there is going to be an item on this map that'll help us out with that a little bit, but I would still rather have her hit C rank naturally so that I can use that item for helping out with 2 different weapon ranks, you know what I mean? Oh, really close to another one there, Laszlo. My god, he's going to be like level 16, 17 by the end of this map. By the way, again, these thieves move very, very slowly, so they give you plenty of time. They will destroy the villages eventually, however. Now, we can do something about it. So we're going to take Mozu. We're going to switch her to the front just for the extra movement. Not that it matters, we're close enough, and then some regardless.
Oh.
Okay, dancer level up. Not like it matters. Oh, I'm 1 away. Why? How? What happened? What happened? How did I... When I did the math, she was definitely able to do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait. Did I assume that I gave her a strength potion and then I didn't? That might be the case. Not like it matters. 31 damage is just like, it's game, basically. This seems pretty much guaranteed to do him in. This is not... Did I miss twice with Camilla? Wait, what actually happened here? Now I'm actually kind of confused. What happened with this? I was not paying attention at all. Why didn't he attack? Is she too defensive? Is that what happened? She is! Oh my god! I shouldn't have given her the tonic, but I think she kind of needed it. Anyways, I'm going to attack this one guy with Kaze. And since that guy to Camilla's left is not the beast killer individual, I can take him out with Silas, no problem. Dude is probably going to be the one here to either deal the chip damage or I can even finish off with Dude. I'm not sure which is smarter. Strength, speed, luck. I am calm! Oh, double level up. Nice. Oh, yeah, this is that really sick level up for Elise. Hell yeah. That's such a good level up, man. Did I forget to give her the skill book? I might have. I definitely meant to give her the secret book that we obtained on the last map. Oh, that's awkward. Well, yeah, this is how we do it. So we can kill this guy with Silas 100% of the time, which will probably even help Elise out here a little bit too, because I think that Silas is probably more accurate than Kaze. I should imagine. Yes, 105 hit versus 101 hit. Yeah, I mean, there's really no... Yeah, this guy's not living no matter what happens, right? So, I guess it doesn't matter too much. We'll go with Kaze because his support will be more beneficial in the long term. Maybe we even hit. We actually do connect once to save our lives, so there you go. Now, we're actually going to move Dude all the way in. We're actually going to drop her off next to Reina because I've just realized that Mozu can make it to there and then give Laszlo to Dude. Which is probably the best way to do it because it's going to bolster our hit rates and it's also going to allow Mozu to get the kill, who I think needs it more. The alternative would be to move Yaoi in, give Dude to Camilla, and then go for 2 attacks. But I think that if I'm next to Dude, right? Yeah, I'll have 100, so there's really no reason to do that. So here we go. Yeah, we drop off Dude. Do one of these maneuvers. Not separate. Oh god, not separate. Transfer though. Yeah, this is more or less guaranteed. Now, do I have the Dragonstone equipped? I do. Oh, that was probably not the best. I can't imagine though that I both missed this 80% and then also Camilla fails to kill. There's no way. We already heard this. You're gonna go down this time though. I promise. I promise you this. Get out of here! Oh my god. See, she is such a huge threat. Reina is the real boss. I do not care.
Such a pity. I was looking forward to watching the light leave your eyes.
Seriously, why don't people have a problem with Reina though, I wonder? I mean, I kind of have to ask myself that too because she doesn't bother me near. Oh my god, Mozu. I should just promote Mozu, honestly. We got a Reina of our own right here. Hold up. Yeah, I don't understand why I myself don't find Reina nearly as obnoxious as Peri, though. I don't know. It's probably because she looks badass, for one. And maybe it has to do with the fact that there aren't a million different supports vindicating Reina. She really only supports Corrin, so I guess that's probably why. Benny, my man, do you do at least... You do 14. Okay, there you go. Benny, the one and only battle he will ever face. And I also still need to get these two out of here because, again, more reinforcements are going to come bot me really hard if I'm not careful. I don't want this guy to run to the gate or anything, so Kodachi! Where does he keep getting these? I like how it respawns immediately. Like, they don't even wait to the battle to end before they give him a new one. And it's not as if you can even double with it, so there's no need for the model to do that. It's just so awkward with it popping in like that, you know? Do not want to get Scarlet's attention, though, just yet.
Visitors from the Nohrian army? This late? Oh dear, you must be ever so tired. Our rebels feel differently, but the people of Cheve are loyal to Nor. Please believe me. Here, take this as proof of our loyalty. Please don't burn our village down. Well, no promises. There's the arm scroll, though. It raises the weapon levels of all equipable weapons, which is the distinction there. It's not just what you have equipped, it's every weapon that you can possibly use. And that's why I'm kind of concerned with whether or not I'll be able to get Elise up to C rank in axes, because then, if I did, I could promote her and hit not only B rank in axes, but also D rank in tomes immediately, which would be a lot better. But realistically, what are my choices, you know?
What are my choices? Who else am I going to use for that last group? It just seems like I sort of have to. I'm sorry, I thought that was effective damage. He deals 10. This guy's so bad. Far cry from Reina, man. Reina actually deals so much to Camilla. She deals like 30. Which, I mean, yeah, she survives, but that's only because I stacked her out with a bunch of defense-boosting crap. Wyvern Riders have really bad res. Oh, yeah, their res is awful. What about you, buddy? I do 22 minus 9. Gives us 13 times 2. Yep, so if I throw Camilla out there, she will not die unless Scarlet goes off. And even then, Scarlet actually doesn't one-round her. Or one-shot her, I guess. Let's... Like, I know that guy doesn't... Like, he won't attack Camilla, but let's pretend like he might. So I'll move Camilla here with the Thunder. And use a Vulnerary. I think that I actually do want to attempt to have Elise do some crap here. We'll see how bad of an idea this is in a second. I'll have time to get away, I think. Yeah, I will if this goes horribly wrong, but I'm going to move Elise right here. Yeah, that seems reasonable. My family and I know full well that it's useless to fight the Nohrian army. Here, have this. Anything to help end this war quickly. I only hope that King Garon eventually learns to rule with compassion. Yeah, okay, man. Oh, the Blessed Lance, that's not very good. There's just unfortunately not nearly enough monsters to justify me saying that that's a particularly great weapon. I guess, though, in the chapters where Faceless do appear, it's kind of nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that golems also count for that, right? Heal up Charlotte, because she's going to be useful here. Well, I say useful, but she's going to be better than anybody else, really. Yeah, I'm going to go that route, actually. So we're going to unpair these two. Actually, it's smarter to do it like this so that I can also heal. And then I can have Odin give Benny over to Charlotte, because he doesn't want to be in range here. Without any doubt. And here is our last village. This will be gold, I believe. Huh, you're with the Nohrian army, eh? You enforcing a new curfew or what? I'll just stay inside. I was about to hit the hay anyway. Here, take this before you go. Thanks, boss. 5,000 G, which is good because I am poor again. Yeah, money is kind of an issue in this game. Don't 13%. Please do not 13%.
I won't let Nora oppress my people any longer. For freedom.
Please don't, please don't, please don't, please do not. Oh my god, of course, and there it is. Oh, this is going to get kind of sketchy now. My word, never am I ever lucky. Thankfully, Camilla is just made. She's like made of defense. Wow, nice seal magic. Yeah, keep in mind that I just lost 6 magic, by the way. Okay, that dodge is really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, so I can take 1 steel axe at this point, and I'm gonna block the next hit. So I still think that I need 1 dodge. Oh, thank God they went for their most powerful attack right here. And this is even going to recharge my gauge. I think she survives no matter what. I think so. But now I'm really, really skeptical about leaving her down here. And with that outlaw no longer having any treasure, and he didn't even attack me. He didn't even attack me. Oof, this got bad. Oh no, they have swords too. Oh my god, why am I throwing? Why am I throwing so hard? Why is 17 defense not enough? Like, that makes no sense to me. And also, there's these guys. And this is a double pair of wyverns. What an awkward combination of units. That said, if I do actually give Odin to Charlotte, she can double these guys. And I don't think she's 2-hit KO'd. She better not be. Oh, she is! Charlotte, why are you so garbage? Oh, she actually doesn't need him. Oh, so I could have left Benny on her all this time. Yeah, so Benny is going back to Charlotte then. Well played. This is a well-played game right here. This is a well-played match. Okay, so I'm Please don't unsubscribe. Wait, come back. Where are you going? So that's still going to be a fair amount of damage, though. Actually, wow, Charlotte. No way. She 1-round KOs these guys. Not the paired up ones, however. Not the paired up ones, however. But she's going to do so much damage that's kind of irrelevant. I really don't. Oh, there's a hand axe, so he's going to survive. I would kind of prefer that. In fact, I can throw Mozu behind so that if they choose to attack Odin, he may get a kill with a hand axe plus Mozu combo. As for these guys, you can go off. Turn him off, turn you on. We'll move Charlotte here. She can one-round one of them. I mean, shoot, may as well dance with Azra. So this is really awful because I absolutely refuse to use a freeze on any of these guys. I will not do it. You cannot force me. I mean, Silas will live if I have him kill some people here. He will always live if I have him kill some people here. And if I did that, it would definitely be the sorties. I think this is my out if I have one at all. So I'm going to go in with Silas. I'm going to kill this guy with the Steel Lance because these Steel Lance guys are the ones that can actually hurt Camilla. I can't believe I'm going to lose to a 13%er. My God, like I said, never do anything in Fire Emblem if you're not 100% sure of what's going to happen. And this is that personified, man. Silas is actually going to build up enough gauge to block, which is going to keep him alive. Even if the Javelin guy comes, it's totally fine. Because he'll be able to take any one hit after that. He gets that good level up. More defense is actually pretty nice right about now. Yeah, it definitely is. Which is better, do you think? If well, I guess it doesn't matter. I just need to hit one. Yeah, I need to hit one. I refuse to use a freezer and enfeeble to survive this. I would rather just try again, honestly.
Nicely done.
Whew. Though I fall here, Cheve will never bow down.
Not like you have a choice, you're dead. Yeah, get out of here, Scarlet. I'm kidding, I like Scarlet, but not anymore. She was one of my favorites, but now she is not. God damn you, Scarlet. God damn you for your bullshit, this sucks. Laszlo and Kaze will be sort of useful here in the following turns, if and only if I can actually survive. Oh, anybody else sweating? I'm sweating a little bit here, guys. Well, let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. They are gonna do so much damage to... Oh my God, I didn't realize. Well, that's what I get. That's what I get for tilting. That's what I get for tilting, yeah. Actually, the hand axe won't kill her, in all fairness, but... Ooh, nice. Yeah, the hand axe won't kill her, but like, goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, Camilla, dodge. Please dodge. Oh, and they're doing me a solid here. They went for the weakest possible hit first, and she dodged. Wow. Wow, bad AI. Bad AI, because now I can block the magical hit, which is the only thing that actually tickled a little bit. The hand axe doesn't kill Charlotte, as I said. Maybe we can pull this off. Maybe we can pull this out of our ass, but this is where it's a little bit scarier. Nope. They're actually being a little bit intelligent with it at least. But following this, I'm gonna block the next attack. Like, I'll take the next hit and then I'll block the one that follows. You know what I mean? And even if Silas eats this, even without that defense level up we just got, but I knew it was coming regardless. Even without that, he would have survived. If I take the hit here, it's fine, because I'm gonna get my shield gauge back. I actually don't. We're getting paid back a little bit here, which I appreciate. Thank you, game. But this was irrelevant, because as you can see, there was no chance of death. After that first dodge, I think. The first dodge is what sealed it. Of course, they get their own shield gauge now. Let's be kind of smart, though. If we do this just right, we should be able to kill all of these guys. And then still have Charlotte available to... Well, I say kill, but she's probably not going to kill the outlaw. She'll do enough, though. Speaking of doing enough, finally Odin! It's finally Odin's time! Do you think that if I just dance for Odin, that would do it? That might. That would actually be preferred, to be honest. I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Let's see. Charlotte, do you do at least... No, she actually doesn't. She would need to do at least 8. And she'll only be doing 7. So, dance for Mozu it is. Wait! Odin was doing 10. Oh, did they have the same defense? 25. So they have 29. Oh, yup. This is what we're doing. This is what we are doing, and I can kill the outlaw pretty easily. I have 2 ninjas like right there, man.
A few moments later.
Damn it!
I have
Ha! So yeah, I should have used Yaoi for this, man. She is so good as a Barabot right here because Camilla needed those extra little, she needed that extra little boost to one-round Charlotte anyways, which was my own fault entirely. Bad mental math, I guess. I will say that's something that I really need to work on, just in general. I'm not quite as good at improvising as I would like to be, especially when something goes horribly, horribly wrong like it did just then. But regardless, we managed. We somehow survived. Why didn't I retaliate on this guy? Can you not retaliate on the tomahawk? I don't remember that. There's no reason he shouldn't have attacked me, right? No. I guess I missed something there. Huh? Very, very interesting. But we should be just fine this time. There's almost, I say almost, no way that anything can go wrong. Now these guys, I do need to be a little bit more careful about this time due to the fact that unfortunately I don't have quite as much shield gauge to work with on Charlotte. Yeah, I can get the Elixir Duelist, which I want to do so that she can get some axe rank. That's still very, very important here. So I'll move in. Take the Elixir from Laszlo. I don't see when else we're using this, honestly. And if I do, I can bring her back. She can take on 2 of these guys. She'll die to a 3rd, but I'm actually going to kill the Javelin guy right now, just so that that doesn't happen. Actually, I don't need to, do I? I don't know, but I can kill the Javelin guy at any rate, and I definitely think that I want to do that. These guys are going to come for me really soon here. Is there any way I can sneak over to this village, maybe? Yeah, since that went so well, I think I'll just kill the Javelin guy. He's probably the most annoying. I'm not going to be able to retaliate on him. There's really no reason to let this guy survive, right? If it really comes to it, Camilla can hit the bottom right village, which was the Blessed Lands, which isn't really all that great, honestly. But it's something. I'll say that. It's something, but I can't really say it's much else. Now, because Charlotte died this time, we are actually in an amazing position. I really wish I would have taken better care to ensure that I was able to kill her last time, honestly. that honestly solved 90% of my problems here. These guys are going to easily be able to clean up these wyverns as well. And you can see just how big of a difference just a little bit of extra thought can actually make in a map like this. Just that extra little bit. Now, I think that, I mean, they may as well pair up. It's not going to make any difference, really. a little bit defensive here, but honestly, the only way that I was getting around that would have been to have brought my good units, which I chose not to, really. Camilla's the only one that's here, besides, like, Dude, Silas as well, I guess, that I would consider a fully functional unit at this point. Had I brought Nyx and Selena on top of everybody else that we have chosen to bring with us, I would guarantee that this is going down in, like, 5 turns, tops, with, like, all the villages. But it's more fun to do this, so here we are. Yeah, Mozu can kill this guy. Odin can throw a Kodachi, kill another. Yeah, this is no issue. This is literally no issue. So we're gonna do some attack stance. Oh my god, Odin, you're so weak! Well that's fine. We actually learned that Odin plus Charlotte together is more than enough. So we can just do one of these. And I should imagine that if Odin's enough, then... Well, he's not, but what I could do is just take away the Landertrizer, it's not a word. It's not a word, but it does give me a crit boost. Yeah, I need to do this, I think. But what I could actually do after that is still get the kill for Odin. Yeah, I mean, I can still get the kill for Odin. I guess I probably didn't have to do that, huh? I just remembered attack stance is the thing. And just gets a level up for Silence as well. Level 16, let's go. Right, that was that. Yeah, that was that awesome defensive level up. Getting really close. I can get another kill for Laszlo. I could have easily given that to Kaze, I guess, but Laszlo's about to level up, so why not? Now, if I attack with Elise, yeah, I'll survive the next turn, so let's do it. Elise, that was a 90. Elise, please. What game do you think this is, anyways? Well, Camilla can kill that guy easily. She might get to C rank in Thunder, which would be really in Thunder. He says in Tomes, which will give her the lightning spell when that becomes available, which is a really awesome spell. It's basically a brave tome, which is just crazy when you think about it, you know? As if Camilla wasn't good enough, let's give her a brave weapon in the early game. Again, she's not, like, super good with magic, but 18 right there is, like, that's respectable. That's almost Nyx level, to be honest. And I even passed up a Spirit Dust, so had you gone for that, she could be even better than this, you know? There we go, Elise. I may even be able to give her that Outlaw, which I'm going to attempt to do. She only has 19 attack speed, but it'll work out. I cannot crit this guy just yet, so what I'm going to do is hit him, then hit the village. What's the chance I miss? High-ish, but I'll have a shield gauge if that did happen, so I can get the Blessed Lance. Not like it matters. Again, the Blessed Lance really isn't great. One of the worst effective weapons in the game. Not necessarily because it's like somehow does less damage or anything like that. It's just that monsters aren't insanely common, whereas like a Beast Slayer, then we'd be talking, man. And level 14 as well. So she actually got away with 2 levels here. More magic would be cool. Yes! Yes, Elise! Yes! And she got skill as well. Oh, she's gonna be so good when she promotes, dude. I could do it right now. No! How can I lose? Not again! It's over, Takumi. You can't keep fighting. Return to Hoshidan with your troops. So I think that map, honestly, isn't half as bad as I made it look. Like I said, had I brought Selena, Nyx, Jacob, that would have been over real quick. It was really more a matter of I wanted to use that as an opportunity to get experience on Laszlo. Laszlo especially, God, he got like 3 levels, I swear. Mozu, Odin, characters who are a little bit behind where I would like them to be. And since it's a round map, we have to kill every enemy regardless. So we may as well take the time to get as much as we can out of that, especially considering I wanted to get all of the villages as well. There's really no reason to tie one hand behind your back like that, though. If you're playing it for yourself, go nuts, man. I wouldn't necessarily recommend trying to use Mozu, Laszlo, Odin, etc., 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 all at once, you know. Maybe pick 1 or 2 that you really like and go from there. That doesn't seem too bad, but all 3, you're really handicapping yourself because you need to spend all that extra time to get experience on them, you know. Whereas characters like an early promoted Selena, an early promoted Nyx, Camilla in general, dude, all of those guys are totally fine to hold their own without any extra experience really being diverted into them other than what they would naturally acquire as you play the game. I'm just kind of a little bit concerned that they would fall behind, I guess. Damn it, why? Why can't I beat you? You abandoned Hoshidan, stood by and watched Mother die. Betrayed us all. Why can't I have the justice I deserve? Did somebody say... No, Arthur! Takumi. As you said, I must retreat for now. But next time will be different. Next time has to be different. I'll never forgive you, dude. I won't rest until I've killed
No
you
mercy.
myself. Someday soon, I'll make you pay for your sins. I swear on my mother's grave, there is literally no reason for this to be you-know-who.
That is not the Takumi I once knew. He's
Azura?
changed. What do you mean? How so? Takumi never accepted me as a sister like the others, but he was always kind. He's not the type to raise his voice or threaten to hurt anyone. I can't explain it, but it's like he's a different person.
Well,
Do you think it's because I betrayed Hoshido? Could that be the
Really?
cause? To be honest, it's very likely you choosing Nor played a part. But it still doesn't add up. He's so crazed and focused on Nor's destruction. I can't help but wonder if that's really Takumi.
Oh, but then Azura says that, and then, They really did not do a good job with clarifying that. I'll say that much for sure. I can say that right now with confidence. The fact that there's this much confusion about what could have been a solid plot point really... yeah, I don't like the execution of that. I don't.
Huh? But of course that's Takumi. Who else would it be?
Ugh!
Someone's in pain. What's going on over there? It's getting louder. Let's hurry.
Didn't we bring hands? Oh yeah, we did. So that turned out to be a good idea. Look at this guy go. That hands never skips leg day though. I'll give him that. Look at that. This guy is beefy. Too bad his stats were absolutely garbage. Oh Jesus Christ! Dude, that's whoa, 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 whoa! Nightmare fuel, man! Holy! Death to all who defy the great King of Nor! Please no!
Hans, stop this now. What do you think you're doing?
Hey.
Don't worry, milady. I'm saving some of these rats for you. You're just in time to help us take out the trash that started this rebellion.
chance.
Boy, we already did.
Are you insane? We don't kill for the sake of killing. That's Peri's job, damn it. And those are innocent villagers. They're not even soldiers.
So naive.
Villagers are just soldiers who haven't grabbed a sword yet. If we let them live, it'll come back to haunt us when we least expect it.
That's no excuse to take innocent lives. Stop this at once. As Princess of Nor, I order you to drop your blade and let these people go.
Forgive me, milady, but my orders come straight from King Garon. You may be a princess and our leader, but the king's word is law.
B.
Father ordered you to do this terrible
My
thing?
apologies.
Kind, sweet-hearted Garon?
He did. My apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to wrap up here so we can get back home. Feel free to find somewhere quieter to rest until the dirty work is over, milady.
Hans, wait, stop this madness. Hans!
Oh, this is truly a horrid sight to behold, my darling sister. I wish things could be different.
Big sister.
Camilla.
I'm sorry, but I just found out the injured Hoshidan soldiers have already been killed. And that rebel, what was her name? Scarlet? Yes, the poor thing. They killed her in such a way. Well, they clearly meant to make an example of her. Oh God, what do you think they did? Dare I even ask?
Gods no, but Scarlet would have listened to us if we had just talked things out. Now we'll never have that chance. Why, Camilla? Who wants to live in a world where precious life is destroyed on a whim? Is this the world Father is building? Is this what I've been fighting for?
Why?
I don't understand. I'll never understand. How could Father do this? Where's the justice, the respect for life, the common decency? Tell me, Camilla. Dude, I know you're upset, but we need to report back to Father. He'll be angry if we keep him waiting. I'll summon a messenger. Camilla, how can you be so calm at a time like this? I'm sorry, dude. I don't have the answers you're looking for. I don't know why Father makes some of the decisions he makes. I never have. I do know that even as his bloodkin, he wouldn't hesitate to kill me if I disobeyed. If you value your life as I do, bury your feelings, at least for now. Ah, so she's the reason. Camilla, you made the wrong call here for sure. I know it's hard to do that while looking around at what's happening here, but I'm afraid that's our only option. If you'll excuse me, I must hurry.
Big sister.
Camilla.
Okay, so I I will say this, I'm willing to let this slide until chapter 16, and then it becomes exceedingly dumb for reasons that will become apparent. Right now, it's like, I don't know, I can see her biting her tongue, but in chapter 16, there's really no reason for anybody with a rational mind to stick around following King Garon's orders. Mainly because of somebody we get then, and at which point there would be no reason to keep following King Garon's orders at all under any circumstances. But, whatever, that's later. Camilla.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I can't accept that this is Nohrian way, or the Nohrian way. Something must be done. 15 chapters from now. I'll get around to it eventually.
Anyways, that is going to do it for chapter 13. Takumi goes down again. How many times we got to teach this kid that lesson? But I do not care though. Reina is the real attraction there. She is a really scary boss. Really scary boss. Definitely one of the hardest parts about that map, if not the single hardest part about that map, I would say. Honestly, getting the villages is, like, not an issue at all. I don't think, like, I was in any kind of real rush. I don't feel like I was too pressured by that. It's a good thing that they at least made the attempt, I'll say that, but honestly, I'm just so good at this game. Like, what can I say? Well, I'm so good, they were never in any danger. I'm just the ultimate Fire Emblem player. I'm just messing around, of course. Yeah, not really too much else I have to add about that one. It is a round map, as we have said. Pretty basic in concept, but the actual enemy placement and whatnot can be pretty tricky. You have Camilla, though, but Reina really puts a damper on that, so you need a good way to take her out. I definitely think it's worth using some freeze staves to lock in place those really dangerous bosses like that. As much crap as I've been giving Takumi, if you actually let him move around, he's kind of a problem. Pretty fast, very strong, and he has pass so that you can't really wall him out unless you're willing to devote lots and lots of dudes just to do that. Overall, I think it's a pretty good map. Not the hardest one. It's certainly easier than I made it look. And certainly even easier than that if you're willing to untie one arm from behind your back and bring some people like Selena, who may be early promoted by now, Nyx, who may be early promoted by now, Jacob, who may be reclassed. You know, basically your best units. If you bring your best units, I think that one flows a lot more smoothly. But I will say it was an interesting challenge trying to use basically the B team, right? That was kind of fun. More fun than it would have been just to stomp it, I think. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like rating. Helps me out, helps the channel grow. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See you then. Peace.